have some GMX action, finally. We have the winning hero list, and we have the clowns. You guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. I gotta tell you, man, GMX was one of those decks that came out of the gate just looking like a very, very, very broken meta challenger. At least we wanted it to be, right? But then you realize, oh, we had cards that could actually just end the duel for us upon a potential, resolution of, just taking too much damage. But this was supposed to be a dinosaur slot deck. You want to play Ultimate Conductor. You want to play the rest of the good dinosaur cards built into this. No, that's not the case right now. Actually, we've gone pretty much to playing this more as a standardized dinosaur package, which is kind of nice. Obviously, you may as well play Soul Eating Oviraptor and Misk, because being able to still get access to the protection effect off of Miscellaneous Ceratosaurus while still, getting all of the extra added benefits of this deck is definitely something that you want to do. Now, you do remember, you do have to kind of toggle through a lot of the big boss monsters here, just so you can do things. We're also only playing one Comprex. I think because of the tools that you've got going on within this deck, you got a lot of good going for you with this, which is actually kind of nice, man. I appreciate this. I love the fact that, even if it's like a dinosaur pile at the end of the day, you're still getting to see all of the incredibly cool little things a deck like this can do. And also, this guy just got second place at a regional. Like, who the heck is taking GMX to a regional and not only, doing well with it, showcasing to the world that, dinosaurs actually are a real deck, Definitely has not been something that I think a lot of people were necessarily ready to be even talking about. Next up here, we get to see the very famous hero list out of this past weekend. Duelist ended up stepping up and saying, you know what? We're going to play some hero action here, And I think a lot of players were just not necessarily ready to see a real hero duelist kind of showcasing what this deck can do. Now, Miracle Ejector and the little Ian Shuffle build into the deck, I think, has actually helped the consistency out a lot for this deck. I will say, though, you're playing 60 cards. You don't really get a lot of change besides that, and I think that's it's kind of an important little thing to think about here. Miracle Ejector definitely helps things along. Now, because you're playing Miracle Ejector, you don't really get a lot of other craziness. Like, sure, you're playing one Aqua Dolphin just to be able to offshoot and be able to extend on through some of the lines, which is good. You also only have one mass change built into the main deck, side decking the additional two, which is fine. I think once we get the next mass hero monster here in a couple weeks, it will actually help streamline this to be a lot more consistent. That's what we need to see at this point. We need to see more consistency with this deck, actually pushing for things to be a lot more positive with the deck, which is good. One more, it's also like, you're going to slot in one more card. Also, you still have Dark Angel, you're still doing, Plasma within the deck. Honestly, as much as Plasma sometimes feels a little bit power crapped, you just need to have access to the cards just to kind of be able to, make sure that the deck can work. Obviously, this Baguska feels a little bit interesting too, but alright, I see you. I see all of your little tech options looking great. Next up here, we get to see the vanity reflected back upon thee. Clowns have become one of the coolest little challengers in the modern era room right now. The goal of this deck, be able to get massive advantage off of the clown cards, dig your deck to find more resources, and basically try to win the game on the spot. There are problems with this, though. Issue number one is consistency. While you're looking at this deck, a well-timed, cutoff point for this deck just absolutely ruins its day. And that's where, a lot of us will find issues with looking at this style of deck because, you know, you get choked out at one of the weirdest points. Your deck just goes womp womp and you just kind of fall apart. And it's kind of a shame, actually, because you would figure, you know, with the minimalistic package that you're getting here, obviously not having the Herald to dump off of the Harmonia to bridge you into the Flare, unfortunately, kind of cuts down some of the power that the Harmonia is meant to present you with, which, once again, is kind of sad, but I mean, it's still, the deck is doing fine. It's just, you got to figure out where you want to pivot into your consistency and go. This list is also playing double Delta, Gamma, and the driver. You have all of the, you know, the pieces being brought together here to do exactly what you want. So outside of that, yes, we are also playing the culinary confrontation. I think that this is by far very important to the starting line of this too. You just have to be able to get the pieces established just so you can kind of start the game. Also, this card being a monster you're actually able to bring out is freaking hilarious. But this is the approach that we're getting with this deck. You know, you're getting a lot of good power and consistency, and it's nice. Next up, we have DoomZ. DoomZ is, I think, one of the most interesting challengers within the upcoming meta right now. Because players realized, oh crap, you know, we're able to do some very, very, very good things with this deck. You know, suddenly you're starting to see, oh hey, you know, we can access, you know, triple terminus to bridge us on into this, and suddenly, you know, you have all these little pieces ready to go. I also see, yes, we are playing Non Finito in here, and we are playing Nerva. This is just to be able to get access into recapture, which is kind of nice, honestly. Recapture and Non Finito has become like any like standardized little mini package you can build into these decks. You know, you're able to see this advantage train, and it's actually kind of good. Your side deck here is also very, very, very toxic, man. Forbidden Crown has also become one of the strongest counter cards to the existing meta, forcing your opponent's monster to be locked into the board and making it so they literally cannot engage with that monster whatsoever has become a very pivotal point to, you know, kind of beating the Cool Toon matchup. We've also been having a lot more discussion on Dark Ruler No More kind of returning back right now. Forcing your opponent to kind of just be able to lose their entire Cool Toon field is pretty good. I like that a lot. Outside of that, the board that DoomZ brings to the table right now, it's pretty good, man. Also, you know, having access to the lockdown so the opponent can't add cards from their deck to their hand with Jupiter is also still pretty good. Who would have guessed in 2026 Thunder Dragon Colossus 2.0 would still be a minor inconveniencing problem to today's meta? I never would have guessed. Next up, we have Cool Toons. Now, it amazes me that the patch up for the Cool Toon deck after losing Synchro Overtake was, well, duh, we'll just play 2 Duelist Genesis. And it's like, you still have to have a tuner on the field or in the graveyard, because this card itself does not actually act as a starter. It's more like an extender piece that you're like, okay, you know, let's go ahead and see what we can do with this to be able to kind of get the deck going. And honestly, it's not terrible, I guess. I'm just not like a fan of why you're trying to play multiple of these now. I guess you really just don't have better options, right? Like when you look at the way that this deck has already been constructed, it's like, okay, you know, like, sure, we're going to put deltas in the main deck. We're going to have the gamma access, which is fine. You know, we're going to have 2 clips built into the main deck, sure. But also at like the end of the day, you know, you've got good disruptible powerhouse cards. You have the reframing if you're going first. I hate to tell you this too, but like a lot of decks just cannot handle reframing right now. Like you slam reframing on the table, your opponent's just going to look at this and they're going to go, oh my god, like what am I supposed to do to this? And the answer is really nothing, honestly. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. It's like, it really is not getting the level of love that you want it to. It's a good card. Alright, but you're leaving it in the side deck usually. If not, I'm choosing to play it all in some of these builds. But what do you guys think about everything? Please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.